Hello everyone, welcome to the market opening bell on Monday, January 12th, your 10-minute guide to the stock market. Hong Kong stocks rebounded from losses last Friday. The Hang Seng Index opened 123 points higher, rising 150 points in the early session to 26,299 points before fluctuating. It once fell 34 points to a low of 26,114 points, closing up 82 points or 0.3% at 26,231 points for the day. The X-share index rose 9 points or 0.1% to 9,448 points. The Hang Seng Tech Index rose 8 points or 0.2% to 5,687 points. Total market turnover for the day was 245.1 billion Hong Kong dollars. Southbound funds net bought $6.815 billion in Hong Kong stocks. Among them, net buys included Tencent at $1.412 billion, Xiaomi $869 million, Kuaishou $776 million, CSOP Hang Seng Tech Index ETF $772 million, SMIC $692 million. Net sales included Alibaba at $2.622 billion, Meituan $366 million, China Mobile $311 million, Goldwind $194 million, XtalPi $153 million, China Ping An $105 million. According to statistics, Southbound funds have net bought Xiaomi for 7 consecutive days, totaling 5.554 billion. Hong Kong dollars. Net bought Tencent for 3 consecutive days, totaling 4.23 billion. Net sold China Mobile for the 5th consecutive day, totaling 3.45 billion. For the week, the Hang Seng Index fell 107 points or 0.4% compared to the previous week. The X-share index and Tech Index fell 1.3% and 0.9% respectively on a weekly basis. Technically, the Hang Seng Index held the 10-day moving average at 26,117 points and is expected to fill the narrow 8-point downside gap from last Thursday between 26,313 and 26,305 points. However, if it loses the 10-day line, look for support at the 50 line at 26,003 points and 20-day line at 25,866 points. The 3 major A-share indexes fluctuated positively last Friday. The Shanghai Composite Index hit the new high about 4,100 points after more than a decade, closing up 37 points or 0.9% at 4,120 points. The Shenzhen Component Index rose 160 points or 1.2% to 14,120 points. The Chinex Index rose 25 points or 0.8% to 3,327 points. Combined turnover in Shanghai and Shenzhen was 3.12 trillion yuan. For the week, the Shanghai Composite rose over 3.8%. The Shenzhen Component rose nearly 4.4%. The Chinex Index rose nearly 3.9%. The renminbi US dollar central parity rate rose 69 points day on day to 7.0128 per dollar, hitting a new high since September 30, 2024. Mainland China's December CPI rose 0.8% year-on-year, in line with expectations, reaching the highest level since March 2023. For full year 2025, CPI is expected to rise about 0% year-on-year, slightly down from 0.2% in 2024, mainly due to significant drags from food and energy prices in the first half. December PPI fell 1.9% year-on-year, slightly better than the market's expected 2%, narrowing to the smallest decline in 15 months. It rose 0.2% month-on-month, the highest since 2024. For full year 2025, PPI is expected to fall 2.6% year-on-year. The decline will be larger in the first half due to insufficient external demand, but it will narrow significantly in the second half with the development of new quality productive forces and policies to expand domestic demand. According to Xinhua News Agency, the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee held a meeting presided over by General Secretary Xi Jinping, who delivered an important speech. The meeting emphasized that this year is the starting year of the 15th five-year plan, and it is necessary to anchor the major strategic tasks for economic and social development during the 15th five-year plan period. Unify will form synergy, jointly advance work in various fields, and strive for a good start. On Hong Kong stock news, reports indicate that CK Hutchison has appointed Goldman Sachs and UBS to handle the listing of Watsons in Hong Kong and London. CK Hutchison rose 1.5% to 55.9 Hong Kong dollars. The spin-off and listing of Watsons is positive for CK Hutchison, as a diversified group is non-listed businesses such as retail, ports and telecom are currently largely ignored or undervalued in market valuations. Watsons Group has over 17,000 stores across 31 markets, with EBITDA growing 12.5% to about $1 billion in the first half. The spin-off allows the market to value this business independently. Funds raised can be used for debt repayment, investments in other areas, or dividends, improving CK Hutchison's financial position. Meanwhile, Temasek holds about 25% of Watsons, and this listing could provide an exit opportunity for strategic investors. Solar stocks fell against the market. 6 leading solar companies in mainland China and the China Photovoltaic Industry Association (CPIA) were reportedly interviewed, stating that they must not agree on production capacity and sales prices, etc., with a focus on preventing monopoly risks and standardizing industry competition. The 6 interviewed solar leaders include Tongwei Group, GCL Technology, Daguo New Energy, Sinter Energy, Asia's Silicon Red Line, and Orient Hope. This may strike a blow to the association's previous attempts to promote industry self-discipline, capacity quotas, such as integration funds, and in the short term it could trigger market concerns about disorderly competition in the industry. Regarding auto stock news, recently the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology announced a new batch of road motor vehicle manufacturers and products announcement, new product publicity. BYD added a brand new car brand, Linghui. In this product publicity, the Linghui brand has 4 new models, including 3 pure electric sedans, Linghui E5, Linghui E7, and Linghui E9, and 1 plug-in hybrid MPV, Linghui M9. Reportedly, all iterations from BYD's Dynasty and Ocean series models. U.S. December non-farm payrolls added fewer jobs than expected, and the unemployment rate fell, with the market expecting the Fed to keep rates unchanged for now. U.S. stocks rose further last Friday. The VIX Fear Index fell 0.96 points, or 6.2% to 14.49 points. The Dow closed up 237 points, or 0.5%, at 49,504 points. The S&P 500 hit an intraday high and closed up 44 points, or 0.7%, at 6,966 points, both indexes hitting closing highs. The Nasdaq rose 191 points, or 0.8%, to 23,671 points. The Nasdaq China Golden Dragon Index, reflecting Chinese concept stocks, fell 101 points, or 1.3%, to 7,695 points. But Hong Kong ADR predicts the Hang Seng to open 130 points higher at 26,362 points on Monday. For the full week, the S&P 500 rose over 1%, while the Dow and Nasdaq rose about 2%. President Trump placed the investment in Intel for billions of dollars in profits. Intel's stock rose 10.8% to $45.55, hitting a nearly 2-year high. Big tech stocks were mixed. Tesla rose 2.1%, Alphabet rose 1% to a new high, Meta rose 1%, Nvidia fell 0.1%. General Motors recorded $7.1 billion in special expenses last quarter related to exiting EVs and restructuring China's operations. Stock fell 2.7%. On economic data, the U.S. added 50,000 non-farm jobs in December last year, below the downwardly revised 56,000 in November, and below the market's expected 60,000. October's non-farm total was revised down by 68,000 to a decrease of 173,000, and November was revised down by 8,000. After these revisions, October and November's combined jobs were 76,000 fewer than previously reported. For the full year 2025, non-farm job growth was 584,000, averaging 49,000 per month, below 2024's 2 million increase. The U.S. unemployment rate dipped to 4.4% in December, below the revised 4.5% in November, and slightly below the market's expected 4.5%. Number of unemployed fell 278,000 to 7.5 million. Employment rose 232,000 to 164 million. Meanwhile, the labor force decreased 46,000 to 171.5 million, lowering the participation rate by 0.1 percentage points to 62.4%. In December last year, average hourly earnings for U.S. private non-farm workers rose 12 cents or 0.3% month on month to $37.02, in line with expectations. The revised November increase was 0.2%. Year-on-year, average hourly earnings rose 3.8% in December, above the market's expected 3.6%. The University of Michigan Consumer Confidence Index rose for the second straight month, reaching 54 in January this year, the highest since September 2025, slightly above the market's expected 53.5. The increase was mainly among low-income consumers, while high-income households' confidence declined. Overall, U.S. households' views on the economy improved over the past 2 months, but confidence remains nearly 25% below January 2025. Consumers remained worried about high prices and a slowing labor market, though concerns about tariffs appear to be easing gradually. One-year inflation expectations held at 4.2%, the lowest since January 2025, but still well above 3.3% a year ago. Meanwhile, long-term inflation expectations rose slightly from 3.2% in December to 3.4%. Investors weighed weaker than expected U.S. non-farm data and geopolitical uncertainties. Gold prices continued to rise on Friday. Spot gold rose 0.7% to $4,509.5 per ounce, up about 4% for the week. Spot silver rose 3.8% to $79.9343 per ounce, up 9.8% for the week. Due to concerns about potential disruptions to Iranian oil production and uncertainties in Venezuelan oil supply, oil prices rose on Friday. NYMEX February crude rose $1.36 or 2.4% to $59.12. It rose 3.1% for the week. Brent March crude rose $1.35 or 2.2% to $63.34. It rose 4.3% for the week. Our stock pick today is XtalPi Holdings, stock code 2228. XtalPi Holdings drug discovery solutions business achieved strong growth, primarily benefiting from the group's major collaboration with Dove3, a company founded by the renowned leader in biopharmaceuticals, Professor Gregory Verdine. The agreement includes a first-stage upfront payment of $51 million, with the right to receive an additional potential payment of $49 million, and eligibility for variable payments up to $5.89 billion, based on potential regulatory and commercial milestones, as well as potential single-digit percentage royalties based on the product's annual net sales. This collaboration will leverage the group's independently developed AI plus robotics drug discovery platform to assist in discovering and developing small molecule and antibody candidate drugs targeting oncology, immunology, and inflammation diseases, neurological disorders, and metabolic disorders. Dove3 will obtain exclusive global development and commercialization rights for the above products for the 6 months ended June 30, 2025. The group achieved the first stage milestone and recognized $51 million in revenue. In addition, 3 projects in collaboration with a leading biopharmaceutical company have all reached important milestones. Among them, a collaboration project initiated in 2024 targeting the chronic disease field reached the PCC milestone 1 quarter ahead of schedule, fully validating the capability of XtalPi's AI computation experiment deeply integrated one-stop technology platform in accelerating drug discovery. The partner has initiated a new round of collaboration with the group on more new targets and indications. Recently, the group's wholly owned subsidiary Shanghai Ilux Biotechnologies reached a platform-based strategic collaboration with Eli Lilly to accelerate the discovery and development of bispecific antibodies for treating multiple diseases. Through the collaboration, Lilly will have access to Ilux AI-driven bispecific antibody engineering platform, which integrates advanced structural modeling, generative design, and developability analysis to design antibody molecules that combine innovative functions, superior efficacy, and ideal drug-like properties. Under the terms of the collaboration, Lilly can nominate target pairs for bispecific antibody design and also obtain a license to use Ilux proprietary platform for internal use. The collaboration includes upfront and near-term milestone payments totaling tens of millions of US dollars. According to the collaboration terms, the potential total value of the collaboration is up to $345 million US dollars. The group's AI molecular discovery platform has recently successfully developed and validated 2 innovative topical functional ingredients for hair loss prevention and hair growth. The combination of formula of these twin star molecules have been proven through rigorous human trials to significantly outperform existing similar products in terms of hair growth and anti-hair loss effects, safety, and onset speed. Both molecules have successfully passed the U.S. Cosmetics New Ingredient registration, and their combination product Roland has also obtained U.S. Food and Drug Administration FDA cosmetics filing, marking the official entry of XtalPi's AI platform into the high-potential consumer health field. In the future, XtalPi will not only tackle drug development for major diseases, but also create consumer-grade molecular products that improve the quality of daily life for the general public. Recommended buy price 11.8 Hong Kong dollars, target $13.4, stop loss $11. I do not hold the above stock.